Hey guys, it's Danny Bell. I hope you guys are having an awesome day today so far. Today we are going to be talking about 12 builds of Christmas. I don't know about you guys, but I'm so excited for the holiday season. It's upon us, it's now December, and if you're like me, you're looking for some ideas on what you can do on your island. I think it's pretty common for most of us to find, whether it's building an entire island that's holiday themed or finding some fun little builds to put around your island for the holiday season. I'm excited to share some of these with you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm so glad you're here, and to all of the subscribers, welcome back. If you like this type of content and you want to see more, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel. And don't forget to hit the bell so you'll receive notifications when I post more videos. Alright guys, well without further delay, let's jump into this video. Now just as a reminder, in the holiday Animal Crossing playlist on the channel, you'll find detailed builds for each of these today, just in case you're looking for a more detailed tutorial. Alright, first off, number one on our list is a cozy holiday living room. This one oh my gosh, you guys, I love all of the beautiful, vibrant colors that all of the festive items have in the game. I absolutely love it. I've really enjoyed all of the ornament items as well. These ornament trees here in the front door area of the living room, oh my gosh, they're epic. I love them. I really think that the ornament items have really added a ton to the game, and sadly, since we're not getting any more new ones this year, this is what we have to work with, but I'm really happy with how this little living room area came together. Just the excitement of waiting for Jingle to come and bring all kinds of prezzies to leave under the tree for us. The idea behind this was just sort of to create a cozy environment in the front main room of the player house. Really like how this came together using the rug and the dark chocolate flooring. I think is just a fun touch. You could definitely change some of these items out and swap them out depending on the color scheme that you have on your island. I love that the festive items have lots of customizations, either the cool and blue and silver tones or the pink, and any of the neutral tones are really lovely as well. So it really is interchangeable depending on what sort of look you wanted to do in your holiday home on Animal Crossing New Horizons, but just a fun interior build that I think kind of gets us in the holiday spirit for the game. I wholeheartedly believe that since the 2.0 update last year, since we were able to get all of the ceiling items, it adds that much more depth to a build like this. Adding something like a fancy chandelier or some of the rustic items that are available for the ceiling decorations, I think can add all kinds of fun touches to a build. So don't be afraid to experiment, and I hope you'll give this build a try for yourselves this holiday season. Alright, next on the list is number 2, our Elf Workshop. This one we did last year. Most of these builds we actually worked on together on the previous Farmcore Island of Sugarbelle, so if you missed that series, please check it out. We had a ton of fun. This one we decided to do in more of like the blue and silver tones, which was a really fun variation to try versus the typical green and red that you would see in a build like this. But using the garden gnomes I think was really fun. This is something that I think went around a lot last season in our community, and I wanted to try it myself. It's been a really great build to just sort of showcase a lot of the toy items that came out last year, and this is also a build that you could probably do outside as well. So it's really versatile, something that you could do in your house, in your player house, or even outside and create a little Santa's workshop on your island. Alright, next on the list, number 3, Jingle's Photo Studio. So I think it's probably most people's tradition, not everyone's, but a lot of us like to go visit Santa to get our photo taken. Most of us had an opportunity to do that growing up as children. Maybe we take our kids now to do that, but it's definitely a staple, I think, for the holiday season to visit Santa, and in this case, Jingle visits the island on Christmas Eve, and oh my goodness, definitely wanted to create a space where you can come visit Jingle, get your photo taken with him, and just kind of create this little space that brings back all the nostalgia from when we were maybe growing up in the past. I loved using all of these paper chains on the ceiling. I don't know why, it's such a fun item, and I've had a hard time coming up with ways to use it in other builds currently, but it's so fun to be able to try out some of those items, incorporating things like this crane machine over here. Stop, check this out. I love the motion of this item. A little fun toy capsule machine over here in the corner, and then using things like Jingle's photo and poster and a scrapbook item just to kind of lay things out here for the photo display itself. And if you can get your hands on this throne item, guys, it's an expensive one. I think it costs something like 800,000 bells. It's very pricey, but it's a really great item, and this particular color combo of the gold and red I just think screams the holiday season, and I'm really excited we were able to use this really fun Jingle sort of animated wallpaper as well. It adds a nice depth to this type of build. Number 4 on our 12 builds of Christmas countdown is a reindeer stable. So this is something that I felt, I don't know, I guess probably because at the time we were creating these builds, we were working on farmcore. I sort of had farmcore on the brain. I thought it would be fun to sort of convert the basement of our player house into sort of a barn or stable area, the type of thing you would see in your favorite holiday movie. And of course we wanted to display these light display reindeer over here, including Rudolph himself, and it's just a fun way to sort of create the look of where the reindeer live, as well as kind of creating this look with the conveyor belt and Santa's sleigh over here. The holiday sleigh is a great item. I love all the little presents popping out of it and creating the look of the elves potentially loading up the sleigh for Jingle, getting ready for the Christmas Eve flight to deliver all the prezzies. I think was a lot of fun. Number 5 on our list is the Nailed It Holiday Kitchen. So y'all, I loved this show. I don't know why it's not been on TV anymore. I was really sad upon realizing that I don't think they've renewed the season, but oh my gosh, I know that at least for the last several years, it's been tradition for me and my family to watch all of the holiday Nailed It episodes. It's so hilarious watching all of the contestants trying to create these amazing confection masterpieces and just epically, completely botching it. It's so fun. I love it. And y'all, where's Nicole Byers? We wanted to create the look of a judging table here with the pieces of cake and pie using a lot of the new food items. I think being able to showcase a lot of the amazing 2.0 food items in the game was really key in creating this build. This particular build we actually did on Happy Home Paradise. I really wanted to do this because I knew I wanted it to be an indoor space, and for sure the epic amount of space we can use when doing these builds on Happy Home Paradise I think is a breath of fresh air, because you can't expand the villager houses, and the same goes for our house. It's really nice to have a space that you can sort of customize the size, use all of the ceiling items. I think it adds a nice touch, and being able to have ample space here for Meringue's space for the Nailed It kitchen I think was perfect. Just adding a lot of accoutrements like the TV cameras and trophies, things of that nature, I think kind of pull the concept together here. Now you could certainly take this idea and turn it into another type of cooking show that you might enjoy. There's so many amazing cooking competition shows on the Food Network and things like that, and it's been really fun to create this tradition with my family. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this build. It was a lot of fun to do and something that I like to be able to come back and visit on my Happy Home Paradise archipelago. I think it's really nice being able to come back and visit all of these builds. Okay, number 6 on our list is a Christmas tree farm. Now this has been a huge trend. I know that there's so many amazing versions of this build. In fact, if you missed the last video, we actually did a subscriber island tour, and Mia, she had an amazing Christmas tree farm. So if you haven't seen that video, please be sure to check it out. Tons of holiday inspo all around on her island. But this is a fun build that we did last year on Belle, and love this concept of using the stunted little trees. I mean, you guys, how adorable are these stunted trees? They're easily achieved by planting a piece of fruit behind the tree itself on the day of its growth that you want it to stunt at, and then using a ton of the plain party lights and of course some holly bushes. Anything that sort of screams Christmas I felt like was appropriate in this. Using a truck with the amazing Christmas Tree Farm logo that we found here on the portal, I think just added a nice little touch, and it's a fun build that I think works really well. You could do this on a farm core island, you could even do this on a city core island, because we've all seen the Christmas tree lots that are inevitably there during the holiday season in cities as well. So I think it's a very versatile build, and I think because it's a tree farm, you could totally do something like this throughout the winter months. It could transition into all the different seasons on your island. So I think it's just a really great build to try out, not just for the holiday season, but others as well. All right, number 7, we have our Polar Express train. Oh my gosh, guys, this is definitely a holiday classic. I feel like a lot of us have enjoyed this movie over the years. It's just such a sweet story. It really melts my heart. It's one of those stories that I think will go on for generations, and we wanted to create a little railroad station here on Belle, the farm core island. And I think that one of the funnest parts about doing a railway station is that we could convert it into the Polar Express train during the holidays. Simply by changing out the items, we've used some of the ornament lamps right here on these stalls. You can very easily change this out. So if you're looking to do something like this for Halloween, or even more a basic type of train, you could totally change out these stalls customization code and kind of swap it out through the seasons. You can also change the items sitting on the stalls. So instead of using these ornament lights that are placed here for the holidays, I know during Halloween season we had jack-o'-lanterns sitting on there. So it's just a fun build while using these pro design cutout standees. It really gives you some versatility. You could even, you could add some gyroids with little passengers riding in the train. If you choose to expand the build, you could do something like this little railway station stop. We ended up turning Nook's Cranny into sort of a train station as part of the build, which added to it and made it super fun. And yeah, just an all-around fun build that I think can work really well, not just for the holidays, but be something that you can transition into other seasons for your island too. Now, as I said before, all of these builds we did on the channel individually, so if you're looking for a specific tutorial on how to create any of the spaces featured in today's video, you can find a playlist on the channel that is labeled Animal Crossing Holiday Builds, and yeah, that way you can find a step-by-step tutorial on how we created each of these scenes. Again, another great way to sort of zhuzh up an area on your island for the holidays and something that you can transition into the next season. Next on the list, we have a holiday post office for number 8. I love this build. This is again another transitional type of build that you could use any time of the year. For the holiday season, we've of course decked it out with all of the red and green items using the steel trash can. I love this trick, you guys. All of the custom design codes that are used in any of these builds are listed in the individual build videos. So if you're looking for some of these specific codes that you see today, check out the individual build videos and you'll be able to find the codes used. We had to, guys. I completely and utterly was on board with putting these garden gnomes to work with all of the packages, getting ready for the busy holiday season, and Amazon Prime delivering for all of us for the holidays. Just adding a few little touches like this Christmas tree in the back and some of the presents, and using some of the simple panels there with the messy disheveled file cabinets, I think can add a nice touch for a build like this. But again, a really great build that you can do as an interior build on your island and then convert it into something that's a little bit less holiday-like after the fact. We even went as far as creating an outdoor interactive post office on this particular island, so I was really happy with how it came together. Okay, number 9 on our list today is an elegant holiday bedroom. So other than doing the red and green and some of those tones that go along with Toy Day and holiday season, I wanted to do something sort of neutral tone because I think that this is just a really fun aesthetic that can go along with a cottagecore island, or if you just tend to be the type of person that you just scream elegance and you wanted something a little bit more neutral and toned down, this is a great option. Using some of these items, the furniture items with this adorable quilt pattern, I love this. You could also choose to use a log bed with a customized bedspread or holiday quilt pattern, something like that if you wanted to kind of change it up. But I really like the neutral tone in this room. It sort of incorporates this beautiful festive tree over here in the corner, which I really haven't used a ton in this particular color, but I'm totally loving how this all kind of pulled together. It sort of has a little bit of sprigs of spring here and there in the room, but I really like the coziness of the falling snow window that we're using here, and then using some of the new rug items that came out for the 2.0 update. Yes, really love this. This is for sure giving me some 'Twas the Night Before Christmas vibes, and really happy with how this build came together. And again, I think it's another one that you can sort of change up the coloring variation a lot. Number 10 on our list is a giant light display. So this is a bigger outside type of build. I know a lot of us, I myself, tend to get kind of overwhelmed during the holiday season in real life and even on Animal Crossing. It's a huge decision to deck out your island with all of the different holiday things, whether it be Halloween or Christmas or Toy Day. And yeah, it's a lot of work. It's one of those things that I think is really gratifying, and then as soon as the holiday is over, it's so sad to take it all down. But if you are looking to go big or go home, this is a great idea that you can sort of incorporate using a lot of the illuminated items, especially if you're looking to update your dream and upload it during the evening time. It can really make for a stellar, fun way to celebrate the holidays, especially if you live far away from friends and family and you want to be able to get together. I know, especially during the last few years, it's been a tradition that we've created in our family that we can all get together with our friends and play on our island together, doing different holiday games. maybe even some reindeer games, and just enjoying some time together for the holidays digitally through Animal Crossing. So if you do take the time to create something like this, you could create a skating pond. Those have been really, really popular. Any sort of skating rink, creating a little warming house over here next to a gazebo, and just using a lot of the lit items I think can be a lot of fun, especially since these are items we tend to only get to use this time of year. It just can be really fun to just completely go all out, and I was really happy with how this came together, especially using a lot of the ice items that illuminate so beautifully at night. I think if you're also able to re-customize your player house, there's so many wonderful options now for exteriors, log cabins, things of that nature that can definitely create a super cozy vibe on your island for the holiday season, and it's really fun to be able to experiment with that. All right, number 11 is a holiday village. Now, this is left to interpretation. So one of the reasons we did this is I worked a lot on doing faux buildings on the island of Sugarbelle. It was right after the 2.0 update dropped, and I think that was just a huge trend that took our community by storm, creating all kinds of faux outdoor buildings using a lot of the new items like the storefronts that are so cute. You guys, these are so cute, especially at night. You can see the little windows illuminated. I think taking pieces like this in Animal Crossing and using them around Able Sisters and some of the other standalone buildings like the museum or the cranny can create a whole new look to some of these in-game buildings that you really otherwise can't change. And I think that being able to use these items creatively, especially during the holiday season, makes it that much more fun. You can get a really great customization pattern off the portal. Doing something like this cute little holiday window on these simple panels back here can add a really great holiday touch with the little wreaths. Using things that are items that are colored basically red and green, like a scooter or this street light, I think add a lot too. Just kind of brings everything together for the holiday season, especially if you're using the storefronts in the red and green and blue. Everything sort of ties together for the holiday season, and again, they can be easily swapped out after the holiday season is over for more neutral tones to kind of go away from the holiday colors of red and green. But it was just really fun to kind of experiment with a lot of these new items out here. Having a customized path, I think, makes a huge difference too, whether you have a rural or country type of island like this where you're using more of a worn path look, or you have more of a posh upscale city core type of island. I think a lot of these faux building builds to create a village and something like this for the holiday season can be a really great build to try out. It really just is a great way to hone our skills on working on new techniques in the Animal Crossing community. I feel like we've had to sort of get very, very creative now that we know that we're not getting any more updates on Animal Crossing New Horizons. I think it's really important for us to continue to use our creativity to practice layering different items just to keep the game fresh and try out new techniques to kind of keep all of the inspiration coming in our community, because we all love this game so much, and I know we're all going to do our best to keep it alive and enjoy it and come up with all the new creative ideas for all the years to come, and I can't wait. All right, last but not least on our 12 builds of Christmas list is Jingle's Loft. So this one was done also on Happy Home Paradise. So much fun, you guys. Love having the ability to amiibo in some of the NPC characters now on the Happy Home Paradise DLC. I think this is amazing for a bunch of different reasons. One of which is that, of course, since the NPCs can't come and actually live on our island, it's so great to me that we have the ability with your amiibos to create these cozy living spaces for them on the DLC. It's so much fun. It really kind of gives us an added chance to interact with these types of NPCs. In particular, some of them like Jingle and Jack, some of these NPCs that we only see once a year. It's so amazing to be able to go back and visit them as much as we want on Happy Home Paradise. Now, if you're looking to really go all out, you can do a second floor if you're able to unlock that while working through the first 30 builds on Happy Home Paradise. It's really fun to be able to create a secondary piece for Jingle. We've created this toy room, sort of like a station where he's getting ready for Toy Day, and even has like a flight schedule on the ceiling, which was really fun to add in. But it was just a fun build to be able to kind of create for Jingle, and love that we can create sort of this loft apartment for him in his downstairs area. Of course, using lots of red and green items, adding pops of color here and there, and just kind of creating this cozy space for him that we can sort of imagine him settling into in between the holiday season until it comes again next year. So really enjoyed this build. Like I said, all of these builds are shown in the Animal Crossing Crossing holiday playlist on the channel. So if you're looking for more detailed, in-depth tutorials on how these spaces were created, feel free to check that out. It was a ton of fun, and I'm really glad that we got to share that together last year. So this year, I thought it would be great to kind of pull all of those together here in one space for you to be able to have a lot of inspiration that you can take back on your islands and try out. Alright guys, well that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that some of these builds brought you some holiday inspiration that you can take back and use on your islands. As always, I thoroughly so much enjoy hearing from you guys and seeing how your versions of these builds come together. You can find me on Instagram at Peppycrossingplay, and I would love for you to take pictures of your versions of these builds. Tag me. I love seeing what you're up to. We will definitely be doing more subscriber island tours coming up here on the channel while we transition into doing our new winter core island, Honeybelle. So please check that out. We're going to be doing all kinds of fun winter style builds on that island, and I hope you'll join us for that. Once again, thank you so much with all of my heart for all of your kindness and support for the channel. It really truly does mean the world to me. If you enjoy this type of content, please like the video, consider subscribing to the channel, and hit the bell for reminders when new videos are posted. Wishing you all a very safe and happy holiday season. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one.